Today's hike is to Pamelia Lake and the Grizzly Peak in the Mount Jefferson wilderness of the Willamette National Forest. This forest is home to a number of beautiful alpine lakes and peaks that surround Mount Jefferson. The hike is approximately 12 miles round trip and a gain of about 3,000 feet to the summit of the Grizzly Peak from the Pamelia Lake trailhead. Along the way, you would be accompanied by the Hunt Creek that flows for pretty much the bulk of the distance to the Pamelia Lake. The rustic and rustle of the trees and the cool soft breeze on your face, the sound of flowing water along the Hunt's Creek, the sounds emitted by the birds, rodents, and the wildlife is music that is priceless to my ears. The smell of drying wildflowers and the shrubs and the leaves turning color provides for a festive look. And the earthy fragrance from all around is enough to put you in a trance. As you hike along this trail and past the Pamelia Lake, the quiet, serene surroundings, the cool breeze, and the silence would put all your worries away and all the bitterness would melt away, opening the doors for freshness and thoughts and ideas to pervade your entire being. Along this trail, it was pretty lonely and quiet for much of the way, and for the most part, I was all to myself. And occasionally a hiker would pass by, but pretty much I was all on my own, engrossed in absorbing the beauty of nature that it could offer at this time of the year. The quiet sereneness kept my thoughts to myself, washing away the bitterness in life and opening up with fresh thoughts and ideas. As we get closer to the summit, it got even more quiet, with an occasional chirping of birds, a whirring of a rodent there, or a rustle of the leaves in the gentle and cool breeze. Before long, after a gain of about 3,000 feet and an occasional peek into Mount Jefferson with its majestic look and view in the distance, I finally arrive at the summit of Grizzly Peak. Occasionally, I sweep around just to make sure there is no wildlife following me, and I continued on my hike. And there it is, a break in the tree line revealing the summit of Jefferson, which is threadbare at this time of the year. What you see out there in the distance is actually Mount Washington. We are pretty much now at the summit of the Grizzly Peak, where once stood a lookout that existed from 1934, and it was finally dismantled in 1965. You could still see those metal pegs still buried in the ground where once a majestic lookout existed, where the lookout would look for forest fires during the summer months. But now you see traces of what used to be a lookout shelter. There is apparently a way out to loop back on the ridge from the summit of Grizzly Peak, but I didn't attempt that because I wasn't aware of that route. And there it is. They look out, a picture from the archives that I managed to get from the web. I sat here for a few minutes, quietly gazing away at the distance and onto the summit of Jefferson, had my sack, and had a few minutes of quiet time all to myself with no one else to be seen for several more hours. And finally, I packed my bag and started that long climb down back to the trailhead.